Here's some excellent benefits from Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala regarding Surah Al-Baqarah. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says after أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألف لام ميم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says ألف لام ميم. Here's a book that contains no doubt. And it's a guidance for the muttaqeen, for the pious. Those who believe in the unseen, they establish the prayer, and from what we have provided them, they spend. So Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, he says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala began mentioning in his book of guidance for the pious, he mentioned and he began to describe the status of the people of guidance, then the disbelievers, then the hypocrites. فَهَذِهِ جُمْلَةَ خَبَرِيَّةً. So he mentions that this is a grammatical point. He says this is a jumla khabariya, meaning this is a sentence or a statement about those people that we talked about, those three categories that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, giving you their status, giving them news about them, telling us about them, their status. ثُمَّ ذَكَرَ. Then he mentions, meaning Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentions in the same verse in Surah Al-Baqarah, a jumla talabiyah. This is a sentence which requires something, meaning it requires from you and us something from this ayat or these verses. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala then goes on to mention what is required of us. فَدَعَ النَّاسِ إِلَى عِبَادَتِهِ. So he calls the people to worship him and him alone. And that's mentioned when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Baqarah, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhan nas, Ya ayyuhan nas u'budu rabbakum alladhi khalaqakum. O mankind, worship Allah who created you. And then to the rest of the ayat. So Shaykh al-Islam, he goes on to say that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commands people, mankind, to worship him and him alone. And then he mentions that the evidence for that is from that the earth is like a bed, a place of rest. And the heavens are built upon that. And